welcome back to the channel. I'm Mr. L, and today will be a different kind of video. Today, I will be talking about Marvel Legends Dreamwaves. If you don't know what those are, it's the off chance you might, but if you don't, a Dreamwave is basically a wish list. So, Hasbro, if you're watching, keep your ears open. This one's a doozy. Okay, so now let's just get right into the video. The first Marvel Legends Dreamwave that I would like to see, I don't know if you guys can, if Hasbro can do it. I'm hoping they can. It would be a Marvel Legends vintage movie series. You know, it would be like, it would just be like the old movies, you know, before the MCU. You know, like the X-Men, Daredevil, Blade, you know, those movies. Those would be cool to see. Blade actually did get a figure, and the Punisher and Daredevil from all their respective movies. But did I just use that word right? I think so. But it would be nice to see an updated version of those figures. Like, I would like to see a Jean Grey figure like the Black Widow figure. And I'd like to see a Wolverine like the Daredevil figure that's right over there. That would be cool. Like, I would just love that idea. Now, the wave that I thought of would be Wolverine with interchangeable hands. You know, with fisted hands with the claws and relaxed hands without the claws. And in his suit from X-Men, from the first movie, that would be a cool one. I would buy that figure. Next one would be Jean Grey. Jean is kind of debatable. Like, she has two suits in all the movies. Out of the movies, she has two suits from the X-Men. She has her first suit with the ponytail and the green lines on it from X-Men 1. And she has her, like, short hair with the red lines from X2. I don't know which one they would do, but I like both of them. I don't know which one. I like them both, but Jean is definitely. She would have relaxed hands, and she would have open palm hands like she's using her powers. So that way you'd have the option if you just want her to stand there or if you want her to use her powers. Because, that's also really good for stop motion. Stop motion. I keep calling it stub motion. You gotta learn how to talk. Been talking since I was 3 years old. Storm. That would be my next that would be the next figure. Her cape would be like, which one was it? The cape from Thor Ragnarok, from the Marvel Legends from Thor Ragnarok Thor. That would be a good way to do the cape, but maybe a little bit thinner, so she can move her arms around. Maybe like the old Toy Biz Storm, or just use fabric. That'd be easier. And she would come with open palm hands, like she's using her power. And she would come, this one's a doozy, this one's a big one. She'd come with 3 heads. Not 1, not 2, yes, 3. That sounded aggressive. Okay, so the heads would be her long hair from X-Men, from the first one. her kind of longish but short hair from X2, and her really short hair from X3. So that way you have an option if which storm did you prefer. Because honestly, I like the hair from the X-Men The Last Stand. I kind of like that hair. I know some people don't, but I'm the fan that does. And the last X-Men would be Cyclops. Cyclops, I would have 3 hands. 3 hands in total. So 2 fisted hands and 1 visor hand. Because how did Glenn Webb say? Rectal exam hand? All the time? No, I would change it out. Rectal exam, that's funny. Okay, so that was the last X-Men from this vintage movie series wave that I thought of in my head. The next one, the next figure, oh, I forgot to say that this is a total of 7 figures in this whole wave. So, the 5th figure would be Daredevil from the 2003 Ben Affleck movie. I know that's kind of to some people, but I enjoyed the movie. That figure would come with arms that go up and down. Yes, I said that. And it would come with interchangeable hands, gripping hands and fisted hands. So that way he could grip the batons. That would be cool. I would honestly buy that figure. I really would. And I would have it standing next to the Charlie Cox Daredevil. That would be cool. I'd love it. Okay, the 6th figure would be, this one would have a variant. This would be the only figure with a variant. So this one would be Elektra from the Jennifer Garner movie and Daredevil. Now, the variant I was talking about with this one would be Elektra in her red suit. That would be the main figure. And she would have fisted hands, and she would have sai holding hands. Both hands could be able to hold her sais. That'd be, easier to do, like, stop motion, and, if you just want to pose her, that'd be cool to see. And, again, with the variant, it would be her black suit from Daredevil. And, again, same accessories with the hands, the fisted and the side gripping hands. And, that would be it for Elektra. But the Jennifer Garner Elektra is my Elektra. Growing up, no hate to I don't know her name off the top of my head, the actress who plays Elektra in Season 2 of Daredevil and the Defenders. I love her version of Elektra. But in Jennifer Garner, it was the one I grew up with. Okay, and the last figure for this wave would be the one, the only, SpiderMan. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man. That would be the one from the first Spider-Man movie. Because I know some people might say, what's the difference? It's all the same. No. There are a couple minor differences from the logo. That's really much it. But I prefer the first movie logos. If we're doing vintage. If it's all vintage. And he would come with the fisted hands, the thwipping hands, and the wall-crawling hands. Standard Spider-Man hands. And I don't know, I think this one would also come with a half unmasked head. A half unmasked head would be cool. And that is not the only wave that I have in mind for a vintage movie series. There's also a wave 2. Yes, a wave 2, people. If people are watching. So, this next vintage movie series wave, it would be, the first one would be a redo of Blade. You know, from the old movie with Ryan Reynolds. Blade, he would just come with 2 swords and without his coat. And I think maybe that could be a variant. I'm kind of want it to be a variant with, you know, one figure has the coat and the variant figure doesn't have the coat, or maybe the other way around. Or I saw what they tried to do with the coat and on the Toy Biz figure, make it removable, but that kind of made him look a little bit silly. And that's my personal opinion. But a Blade, he would come with fisted hands and gripping hands to hold his katanas. I would suggest that he would come with stakes, but if kids want to buy the toy, they would be a choking hazard. I don't want my favorite toy company to be sued. No hate to Mattel. I love you. The next figure, Mary Jane from SpiderMan. And so that way you could recreate the picture with, if you want to do like pictures or something, if that's what you do with your Legends, you could take a picture with this Mary Jane and the Spider-Man from the previous wave, you know, kissing in the rain. And that's so iconic. This Mary Jane would come with the... What did she pick up in Spider-Man 2, you know, when she tried to help? I don't know what she picked up, but that's what she would come with. And she would come with holding hands, and that would be it. And it would just be Mary Jane. The next figure would be the Punisher. A redo of the Punisher from his movie, Punisher and Punisher Warzone. Those, if they do that figure, it would come with his guns that he uses in the movie, and fisted hands and trigger holding hands, and that would be it. That's all Punisher's little plain when it comes to accessories. And the last one, the last 4 figures would be the Fantastic Four. They would be a Chris Evans Human Torch, but relaxed. And it would be the Jessica Alba Invisible Woman. And that figure, that one is definitely would be a variant, because it would be completely solid, and then another figure that would be invisible. If Hasbro could do that. I'm not sure if they can or they can't. But completely invisible, that would be cool to see. Then the Thing, that would be a good figure to have, because I saw their recent Thing figure. Amazing. If they could do that for the movie, that would be even more amazing. And then Mr. Fantastic. The Mr. Fantastic I have right now is very, very cool. I love it. And if they could do that for the movie Fantastic Four, and for the rest of them, that would be even more amazing. 15 minutes. Wow. This video's kind of long.